Have you ever wanted big red blocks to fly around your video game characters? Well, if you're like me, that answer is yes. Hi, my name is Oscar, and let me tell you about how I made my enemies do circles. Let's get into it. So, we got this enemy in red, right here. We got the player in green, okay? So in my world, imagine that every intersection along these lines, so like here, and here, and here, and here, and here, they're all pathfinding points. So they're the points that the enemy uses in order to find its way to the player. Great. So I implemented Dijkstra's shortest path algorithm, where pretty much it searches these points in a spiral manner. The direction of the spiral depends on the implementation, and it's really up to you. Great, so it searches outwards in a spiral. Whoa. Okay, this spiral continues and continues and continues and continues and continues until, boom, you're searching through these points and you finally hit the player. Whoa. So now you know a path using these pathfinding points that can take you from the player to the enemy. So you just reverse that and then there you go. So in this situation, the enemy would take a path that kind of looks straight. It's pretty much diagonal, really. But it's like this, and then like this, and then maybe it does that. Boom. And this green line is the path. Great. But let's take a different example. So let's say this is the enemy. This is the player. But, boom. That's a wall, okay? In a wall, there are no pathfinding points. So there's no way the enemy can find a way through the wall, which makes sense. So what the algorithm does, which is the same as what it was doing in the past, is it continues to search in a spiral pattern. And this spiral gets bigger and bigger until eventually it's reaching all the way up above this wall. And then it keeps expanding. So it expands over the wall and gets closer and closer to the player until it finally connects. And then you have your path. Boom. And the enemy goes zoop, 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 zoop. Sure. Boom. Perfect. And you have your path. Great. So now I'm just going to draw the player. Well, actually, let's put it a little lower. I'm just going to draw the player and the enemy one more time. How do I make the enemy circle the player? Well, it's very similar to the wall example last time, because all I need to do is create a fake obstacle around the player. So if I just consider this area a wall and shut off all the pathfinding points in this area, the player can't go anywhere, or the enemy can't go anywhere near the player. So then I just pick a point that the enemy is trying to go to that's on the opposite side of this blocked off area. So let's say it's right here. And then I tell it to find the shortest path here between these 2 points, between the enemy and this point right here. And to do that, it has to go around the player, making it seem like it's circling it. So it goes something like that. Great. See, but this pathfinding algorithm updates super quickly, once or more per second. So say like a second goes by, and now the enemy has moved to this spot, right on the edge of the circle. When this pathfinding algorithm updates, I choose another point on the opposite side of the circle from the enemy. So let's say right here. So it's perfectly in a line. So it's kind of perfectly behind the player, which is this green dot right here. And then I say, find another shortest path. And so it does it. And then often this results in it following the same path, but continuing that path onwards. And then this algorithm keeps updating, and as a result, the enemy circles around this player. And now it's time to see it in action. And boom! Climactic, right? But it is pretty cool. The enemy moves around the player and the direction can be reversed. So it can move both clockwise and counterclockwise. And now, it's time for the Throw Hero weapon of the video. Drumroll, please. And it's the electrical plug. And with that, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to support it. Bye, everyone.